Hey, this is the story of the shirtless stranger. Once upon a time, a long time ago, it was a man. And it wasn't a man that people thought was possibly a man or a woman. It was a real man. There was no question inside of his DNA. When women saw this shirtless stranger, they somewhat looked in awe without looking in awe. They sort of thought it in their minds as they delivered mail as postal carriers and worked inside of school hallways as teachers, and even sitting in the congregations at church. They would see the shirtless stranger and they would say, who is he? Once upon a time back then, the shirtless stranger decided to speak. Hi. How you guys doing? Now, they didn't really know the shirtless stranger, and one of the main things of a woman's process is, I got to get to know you. We don't know each other, so we have to learn. I got to learn this about you. I got to know what was your favorite class subject in 5th grade and everything. So the shirtless stranger continued to move about, and all the rest of the men had on shirts. So this made him at least look different, because the other guys followed the rules. Shirt, ties even, no mustaches, no beards. This guy had a little rough little beard and shirtless, not from around these parts. Stranger, shirtless. And he was walking, and it actually was a older woman, like a 80-something-year-old woman, like an 82-year-old woman who had the guts to say, "Excuse me, young man, why is it that you're the only man that is shirtless? Why is it that we've never seen you in these parts before, which makes you a stranger? Why? Now, maybe the younger women was concerned about this, but never said anything. So the shirtless stranger told this old woman, well, one, I don't wear a shirt is because I'm poor and I don't have one. Two, I'm a stranger in these parts because the area that I came from was really cold. And if anybody does the math, not having a shirt or anything to wear because you're poor and nobody will help you in your time of need, I had to migrate from a cold area down to a warm area. And the older lady was like, wow, I understand that. So she said, do you ever plan on having a shirt? I said, well, at first, when I first got here, and I've been here for a while now, I wanted to get a shirt just to have something to put on so that I could wear. But then as I started working and creating my own career, staying out of the way so I can't be seen, and working on my craft, and when I made a whole lot of money from being down here, just focusing on my grind and not focusing on women, not focusing on any mischief, any crises or anything like that. I just left everything from the north, up in the north, all of the anxiety and whatever. So me being on a mission and stalking God, I ended up writing me a novel called The God Stalker. The God Stalker novel is now doing big numbers and is making a lot of money. So I still go around with no shirt on because this is a reminder to me of where I came from. Now I have a closet that's full of clothes, a mansion that has tons of things in it to wear, clothes, shoes, you name it. Um, you know, a lot of rooms as well. A water fountain in the front that spews out water that says my name. There's a gated community and a long spiral windy driveway to go up to get to my doorway. Now the people don't know this, so as I walked and communicated with women or made the attempt to, I was prejudged. And they said, well, he doesn't have a shirt on. He's not like the other guys, because this older 80-year-old lady asked me, why are you not married? Why hadn't some young woman snatched you up? And I said, well, sometimes when you have a certain mindset and you have a set of driven goals that you are focusing on, and it doesn't per se pertain to them, where they're not on a pedestal and not worshiped like the guys that wear shirts and ties, they sort of look at you like a stranger. So I was allowed to, as I tried to communicate with female after female, woman after woman, woman after woman, and they would talk to me for a little bit, tell me I'm handsome, tell me I had a lot of positive characteristics, how they, observed and noticed that I help other people quite a bit, that I do things for the youth. And even though I've done these things, it's still something inside of them that makes an executive decision to either block a phone call or treat me in some kind of a negative way. Now this old lady looked at me and said, that's sad. That's pretty sad that women would do such a thing to you. And she said, do you think that it's possible that it's something that you're doing wrong to the women? And I began smiling and laughing because I like this question. I like this because I'm the shirtless stranger. I realized I didn't want to change who I was. Since I'm classified as being weird, I'm classified as being the one that has the problem. I said, ma'am, there's nothing else I have any desire to do because I'm wealthy, I'm healthy, I'm spiritual, I'm religious, I'm respectful, I'm charismatic, I'm tall, I'm developed, I have compassion for everybody else, I don't treat anybody rude or disrespectful. The issue is not with me, it's with women. And this 80-year-old lady who goes to church quite a bit looked at me and smiled and said, you are absolutely right. So this is my story of the shirtless stranger. The guy who walks around different, somewhat abnormal, criticized secretly though, but the men won't challenge him because they're unaware of what he's capable of doing because he's kind of quiet, kind of moves in a mild mannered way. But in these medieval times out here with England and Soviet Union, Czechoslovakia, Vietnam, Cambodia, Iraq, Iran, South Korea, North Korea, whatever else you want to name, ghetto environments, Adolf Hitler, Mussolini, Donald, whoever else you want to name, Ronald. In this world, as a shirtless stranger, I walk alone. Just me and my God stalker story. That is it. Everything is devoted into the Godstalker story. Now I have properties and things that I rent out to people, and so there's tons of money coming in. You know, now I have investments that I've put in over $250,000 in to make go. Now I have investment coming in. So the word for this shirtless stranger is residual. And residual income is because I'm shirtless stranger, I'm still classified as an outsider to the people. And this is good news, because if the women knew who I was, they would come and get me, and they would want me. And that would cause me more problems than I'm capable of handling. I might be able to handle a whole lot of money. I might be able to handle a whole lot of kids who have psychological issues that they've been labeled by society. But one thing I cannot handle is a whole herd of women who possibly may have anxiety issues, who do not take accountability for anything that they do, who are used to a social media world that tends to all of their needs, and guys just sending messages, hubba bubba, and always trying to promote something to get inside of their panties or lack thereof. Some of them are old and flabby looking, and they way past their prime, and they think they still got it. And it has been gone a long time ago, and it was gone probably before the first child, or when you started eating that first pork chop sandwich or whatever it was back when you was a kid. Somebody should have took that out of your hand and had you get up and go and exercise and run. But you a queen, so don't nobody want to say nothing to you because you got everything together. But this is just a story from a shirtless stranger. What do I know? What do I know? So this is the story of a man who shirtless, like so, you know, boom, shirtless, nothing on. So nobody can say, hey, you see the tattoo, right? There's no secret about it. So me being shirtless, or this man being shirtless, gives you his open identity, no secrets. So the fatness of the stomach, or the lack of curves or whatever, muscle development in the arms, all of that is seen and not an illusion, not a question. So the shirtless stranger is a man that walks amongst us, unidentified. Some call him a nerd in high school. Some call him weird now, but he is actually the genius. So this is a shout out to 82-year-old women who got it together, who see a man like this that's young, vibrant, strong, and powerful, black stallion type, full of everything, zest and all of that. A shout out to the older women who see such a thing. Unfortunately, you guys may be at a point where might do some damage to you, something like that, break a couple of bones or whatnot. But anyway, we're not judging. We're not going to be judgmental. I love you guys. Y'all stay strong. This is my story of the shirtless stranger.